Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I am your host, KC Phoenix. Time for the Quick 3 Tarot for Tuesday. I don't know why I felt like it's Wednesday all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about. But Tuesday, March the 7th. Now, this is a general collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I said all of that, pre-shuffle energy is kind of interesting with the pre-shuffle energy because today is a full moon in Virgo. When I looked at the bottom of the deck, the moon was at the bottom of the deck in pre-shuffle energy. So I'm like, okay, that pretty much confirms that. And then when I shuffled, the Page of Pentacles is now at the bottom of the deck. If you look at the top over her head, it kind of looks like a cell phone. Two, some of you may be receiving a call today which goes back into what I was talking about before about the full moon in Virgo, Virgo being ruled by Mercury, Mercury being about communication, also being a full moon, secrets come out, yada, 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 you know, all of that stuff. And someone may communicate with you today via cell phone. That communication, because when I was trying to prepare everything, and what I do, I start preparing the first half of the title, meaning like saying what it is, and then the actual title. When I was preparing the first half of the title, I kept having an issue with the number 5. This was episode number 176, but I kept typing 5. And I kept typing 5 over and over. So, and I'm like, no, it's 176, not 5, not 5. So 5 may be significant for some of you. Also, 5 can be about change too. So keep that in mind. So maybe this phone call or this type of communication, for those of you it does happen with, it may be something life-changing. For others of you, this communication may happen around 5 o'clock as well. So keep that in mind too. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let me go ahead and take 3 cards and see what we get. May I have the energy for the collective for Tuesday, March the 7th. May I have the energy for the collective for Tuesday, March the 7th. May I have the energy? Yep, communication. As soon as I split the deck, 8 of Wands. Definite communication. This is movement. Also, 8 of Wands is usually good news as well. 8 of Wands is usually good news. Fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Energy for the collective for Tuesday, March the 7th. Something's telling me to look at this other card. What is... Oh, yeah, Page of Pentacles again. When I was looking at that, when I split it, there's something significant. Some of you may be an earth sign, or you may be dealing with the earth sign or have it in your chart. Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Some of you might be getting a communication about a job, because Page of Pentacles can be about in the learning stages of something. And some of you might be starting a new job. Don't forget, Pentacles deal with anything in the 3D. So it deals with money, it deals with health, it deals with jobs, it deals with family, it deals with home too. So some of you may be getting some good news related to something in the 3D. Whether it's an approval for a rental application or a mortgage, or whether it's an approval where you're saying, hey, where they're saying, hey, you're getting hired on the job. It is something in the 3D is what it is. What is it? Something told me to take this card. I'm going to set it to the side. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? For the first card, I set it to the side. I took it in the middle of the split because something told me to take it. We'll find out what that card is in a minute. May I have 2 more cards, please? And also the deck I'm using, is it the Keep It Real deck? Hold on. Real Talk. That's what it is. The Real Talk Tarot deck. I like this deck. I bought this probably about a month ago, give or take. May I have 2 more cards, please? Okay, that's too many. May I have 2 more cards, please? Anytime it takes this long, it's a certain card that the energy's trying to get to. I've always noticed that. Thank you. Is that 2 cards? No, it's exactly 2 cards. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Somebody has got communication coming in. Whoa, that's heavy. Okay. And what card was it that I set to the side? Okay. This, bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. We're talking about the home. Also, Four of Wands can be a promotion because Four of Wands is about an upgrade as well. Also, Four of Wands can be about celebration. I told you, somebody's going to get some good news. And it's more than likely going to be electronic. And I'm going to get into that. But there is so much heavy communication in this. It is crazy. All right. So, again, Four of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With this, first card, and this is the one I set to the side, is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands can be a travel card, but also Knight of Wands is about having passion for something. 2. And again, fire energy. Some of you may be a fire sign or have it in your chart, or you could be dealing with the fire sign. Now, for some of you, this Knight of Wands could be your energy in the sense of maybe you weren't consistent with something in the past, or it could be someone else's energy where they're trying to rush in towards you, because that's what the Knight of Wands does. The Knight of Wands rushes in and is all passionate, and then it gets wrapped up in the whirlwind. Now, for some of you, if it's going back to the job thing, because I'm covering different timelines here. If for some of you, if it's a job situation, you're ready to get started. You're ready to rush in and do the job. You may have been, going back to the number 5, maybe you were unemployed for like 5 weeks, 5 months, something like that. And now when you finally get that phone call that, okay, I'm hired, you're ready to rush in. For others of you, this may be somebody, because again, this came up during one of the collective readings, in the collective love reading. This Knight of Wands may be somebody coming back from the past, rushing in to sweep you up off your feet. So keep that in mind too. Now, also, something said to talk about the travel as well. For others of you, this could be you getting away, is what this could be. This could be you getting away, Knight of Wands, where you're going on that vacation. That was one of the things in the collective reading. The title of that reading, I think, was Some Much Needed Me Time, or whatever, where somebody was taking a vacation. This could be some of that same energy, especially if some type of communication comes in and it's good news, giving you resources to go on vacation, whether it's money, whether it's a free plane ticket, whether it's whatever. There may be something that comes in, and then when you get that communication, you can finally take off. Now, I know there's definitely going to be phone communication, some type of electronic communication, because the second card that came out is the Page of Swords. So we had the Page of Pentacles at the beginning, at the bottom of the deck. Now we have the Page of Swords in the reading. Pages bring messages. It's different things in different ways. With the Page of Swords can be about spying, but also the Page of Swords can be about communication. It can also be about gathering information too. And I feel that this communication is going to come through. It's amazing. If you're looking here, you see how she's in the screen, the computer screen, the monitor. So I feel this is something related to a computer where you'll receive the communication. Now, also with these swords or these knives in this, there could be somebody that's kind of nitpicking about something too. Maybe for some of you who are already employed, there might be some nitpicking going on at the job. And the only reason I'm saying that is because with this person being in the monitor and knives are being thrown, that gives me the impression that somebody might be saying something in an email, or maybe in the company chat thing where you can chat. Because people, like on my job, my regular job, we use Slack. So maybe you guys use Slack. Or some other type of chatting platform internally within the company. I feel like certain things might be said. The other reason I feel that too is because, don't forget, 4 of Wands was at the bottom of the deck, but also we still have the Knight of Wands. 1 plus 4 is 5. That equals, which is 5 of Wands, can be conflict too. So some of you may have been dealing with some conflict at the job. Now I just heard something else in my head. For some of you, The reason that you're taking off in this Knight of Wands energy is because you're getting away from the conflict at the job when this thing comes in, this information, this message. Some of you, maybe you haven't been unemployed. Maybe you already have a job, but you want to quit the job. And now that message coming in gives you the ability to do so. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Now, the third card, which is Gemini and Virgo energy, is the Magician. This is Mercury energy, which is the ruling planet of Virgo and Gemini. This is saying that you have everything you need. And if you notice, she's on a laptop now. She's there typing on a laptop. There is something involving electronics, specifically computers and phones, that is going to be connected to whatever communication is going on today, where something significant is happening. Some significant communication. Because it's communication heavy. Now, as I'm looking at this, I heard retaliation. I heard the word retaliation. Somebody might finally say their piece. Maybe they weren't saying something before, but now, if something, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say, if someone is doing the most, for lack of a better term, if someone is doing the most today via the computer or cell phone, I feel another person is going to be like, look. So yeah, someone might be speaking their mind today as well, if they're quote unquote triggered. If somebody triggers another person, this is going to be the day where that person really lets them know how they feel. Is that, let me tell you something that you don't know about yourself right quick. It's that energy. So that's the timeline too. But for the most part, what I'm getting, the overall, is there's some good energy coming through with good news, is what it is. The communication today is very significant. And especially with that Four of Wands energy. This Four of Wands energy right here, that's good energy. That's really good energy. So yeah, some of you are definitely starting something new. The Fool is under the Four of Wands. So you're making it happen. And with the Magician card being here, you have everything you need to make it happen. All right. So that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform, podcasts everywhere. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the podcast. You have been amazing. Until next time, be blessed.